Shalom. Shalom. And we are now in session number 37, ating Gate of Trust. We are still in chapter 4. I think this is the longest chapter ng Shara Bitachon. And of course, this is from the classic work called Kobot Alibabot or Duties of the Heart. This is one of the recommended material na pag-aaralan ng Noahide Nations. So, this is from, again, the teaching of Rabbi Michael Skobach. He derived from the work of Rabino Bakya Ibn Akuda, who lived around 1,000 years ago in Spain. He was a Jewish sage. And of course, to be presented by yours truly, the head of Binainawa Congregation Philippines, Noahide Nations. But before anything else, no, gaya ng ating nakasanayan as a matter of custom or ating ginagawa, we always dedicate the second or the merit ng ating pag-aaral sa Ritwa Shlema or mabilis na pagaling sa mga malaki sa buhay, no, na alam natin may sakit, lalo na, at mga kaibigan, no, and for the special request ng aking senior officer sa Fort Magsaysay middle school, sa kanyang ina is diagnosed with cancer. Her name is Mary Helen Castor Batnoa. And of course, to ourselves, we always ask for Hashem's guidance para tayo ay lubos na nakaintindi at may sa puso natin lahat ng ating pakikinggan ngayong hapon at ating hinihingi na naway maging lalong magtagumpay ang ating IDF, no? Or Israel Defense Forces na nagpaglaban ngayon sa dalawang lugar, in Gaza at saka sa boundary ng Lebanon between Hezbollah and Hamas. So, alam naman natin na sila talaga ay magtatagumpay, no? Kasi sinasamahan sila ng Hashem. At ang Hashem ay nagbibigay ng mensahe sa buong mundo na ang Israel ay ang kanyang bayan. Ginagabayan at binigyan ng kanyang mga salita upang ituro sa mga tao sa buong mundo. Okay. So, again, we are still in chapter 4, which deals with bitachon, or trust, as it applies to our interaction with our people. In the previous session, we discussed about people who are isolated, yung mga tao na they are forced to be alone in life. Whether they work outside of their country, outside of their home, away from their homes, or maybe they have they are not able to have a partner in life. No? So those are the times when a person has become isolated. However, today, Rabino Bakya will talk about the people who turn to others for help. So again, this part of chapter 4 in Sha'ara Bitachon deals with our relationship with other people. So when you are alone, you have to know more, trust to Hashem. At this time, we will be learning about turning to others for help. Yung kailangan tayong humingi ng tulong ng ibang tao. So Rabino Bachya teaches us that if Hashem decides to help a person in need, it can come from either a qualified person or a least qualified person. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-decide ang Hashem, decree ang Hashem na tulungan ka sa iyong mga pangangailangan, so pwede niyang gamitin yung tao mayaman o pwede rin yung ordinaryong tao lamang na tutulong sa iyo. Okay? May example nga si Rabbi Skobach, no? Isang aso, yung St. Bernard, no? Yung malaking aso na nagbitbit ng bag pabalik sa kanyang amo. Pagbukas ng amo, yung bag, may-ari ng aso, puno ng pera. So, even a dog can be used by Hashem to provide for your help. Okay. So, however, for the person who is in need, it's perfectly legitimate for him to ask from someone who is most qualified. So, okay lang yun, no? Na isipin natin na kung sino talaga yung pwedeng tumulong sa atin, no? Alangan naman punta tayo sa isang least qualified or hindi or poor person, doon tayo humingi. So, parang it's beyond the normal intellect, no? Kapag ginawa natin yun. So, according to Rabino Bachya, is okay, it's legal, no? Na mag-isip tayo na isang tao ay tutulong natin. Because ultimately, we should think that it's only Hashem that can help us. Okay? Siya yun lahat. Siya lahat, di ba? Siya lahat nagbigay ng pagsubok. Siya nagbigay ng sakit. But siya rin yung magbibigay ng lunas. Okay? And tulong. But it's okay, it's all right for a person to think, no? Or to imagine, no? Kung sino talaga yung dapat na makatulong sa kanya, no? Na tao, aside from Hashem. So from God's perspective, He can use anybody to help you. But in our perspective as human beings, we should use our intellect to look for a person who is in the position to help us in our particular need. So, but ultimately, again, we must realize that help only comes from Hashem, the Creator Himself. So, normally speaking, Hashem doesn't personally hand over the money that we need. It's absurd, no? Naisipin natin na may kamay na lumabas daw sa langit tapos nagbibigay ng pera sa iyo. So, it's not that the reality. As much as possible, Hashem minimizes the miracles in life. Hindi niya pinapahalata yung milagro na ginagawa niya sa atin bawat isa. Okay? It's for our soul to sense. Kasi tinago niya tayo sa loob ng isang mundane na katawan para hindi natin mahalata. Why? Because it is specifically for the purpose that is necessary for us to allow the exercise of our free will. What is the basic idea about free will? To choose between having a good relationship with the Creator or not. To choose good or to choose evil. Okay? So that is how Hashem operates in this world. He hides, no? He loves His divine hands. Yung kanyang pag-administer, kanyang pag-manage. So the question now is, who is God going to use to get the help coming or to come to us? Sinong gagamitin niya na magbigay ng tulong sa atin? So Rabino Bachya teaches two things. So even when we approach a person of means, kahit puntahan natin yung tao na mayaman or nasa posisyon para tulungan tayo, our attitude has to be that the help we are seeking can come from anyone if Hashem wills that he would get it, no? Because ultimately it would be coming from Hashem. So ang mindset daw natin is ang tulong ay pwede manggaling hindi lamang sa tao na inisip natin, kundi pwede rin manggaling sa ibang pamamaraan. No? I've given an example about yung sa aso. Okay? So, even though we are aware that the help can only come from Hashem, still you have to thank the people that Hashem used to help us. Ito yung pinag-uusapan. No? Do I have to thank the person na alam ko man na ginamit lang siya ng Hashem? Do I have to thank him? Still yes, no? Why? The reason is this, no? We have to thank him because he was willing to be used by Hashem. Kasi kahit na yung tao na yun, may free will yun na hindi siya gagawa nun. Pwede niyang hindi piliin na gawin yung binubulong sa kanya ng Hashem. Tulungan mo yan. Pero sinabi naman ng Yitzhara niya, ayaw. So, hindi niya ginawa. Okay? So, that is why we thank that person. Kasi, inalaw niya yung Yitzhar Tov na mag-prevail sa kanya. Okay? Okay, so he can always refuse kung gustuhin niya because he has a free will. We also should recognize that being chosen by God to be an agent for good is worthy of acknowledgement. Kapag yung isang tao pala is ginamit ng Hashem tapos na-receive mo yung tulong sa kanya, we'll always think that this person is worthy. Kasi ginamit siya ng Hashem. Kasi according to the Talmud, in Tractate Baba Bastra, page 119b, Hashem brings about good things through worthy people and harm, kapahamakan, sa pamamagitan ng mga hindi dapat-dapat. You remember our lessons before that evil people will be used for evil purposes. No? Nagaya nung si Hitler. Remember that? Because he is an evil by his ways. He was used by Hashem. But still, according to our teacher, he has still that free will to accept that assignment na gagamitin siya ng Hashem para bigyan ng disiplina yung mga Jewish people doon sa Germany during the time. Okay? Because it was only the German Jews who were given such Yesurim or such suffering. The rest of the Jewish as lesser suffering, especially yung mga Sephardim, those who live in Spain during the time of the World War II. Kasi automatically nag-declare yung Spain ng neutrality. Okay? Pag-declare na niya lang neutral, yung mga citizen nila na mga Jewish, hindi na masyadong natin. Ultimately, meron ding nakita doon sa German Jews na subject for the disciplinary action of Hashem. So again, we should not worry about 6 million bodies. No? Because they are bodies. What should be worried about is what's inside the body. Who is deemed supposedly to live for all eternity. Pero kung na-lose mo yung opportunity na yon dahil pinabayaan mo na you did not grow spiritually, then that is now the problem. No? So, kaya, when we see the 6 million Jews na hinayaan ng Hashem na mamatay, no? That is only for the human eyes to see. However, in the perspective of Hashem, those are only bodies. Those are not the souls. Because the souls will not die. Okay? That is part also of what we should recognize, that we are souls. We are not bodies. Again, it's a reminder. No? So also in Proverbs, in the words of King Solomon, in chapter 12, verse 21. Injustice will not be done through the righteous. So, hindi gagamitin na Hashem yung mga matutuwid na tao para magawa or ipagawa yung mga masasama. We will always protect the righteous against sinning. No? But of course, meron pa rin free will kahit na yung righteous. But generally speaking, you will not use the righteous in those things that are promoting injustice. Okay? So now we move to our next topic about what if we ask help from someone and that someone denied our request for help. Paano daw kung humingi tayo ng tulong doon sa isang tao at hindi niya tayo pinagbigyan sa ating kailangan, no, sa kanya. So Rabino Bakya teaches that if a person tried to help you, but he was not able to help, but he tried, no? Nangingkamot siya na tulungan ka, but he was not able. You still have to thank that person because he attempted to help you. Because it's not actually his fault. It's not his fault that Hashem wills na nag-decide ang Hashem na hindi makarating sa iyo yung tulong. Hashem interfered na makarating sa iyo yung tulong because it was best for you na hindi karating yun. Okay? And we should thank him, the person, for his attempt na tulungan ka. Because not all things that we have in mind that is good is actually good for us. Okay? Sometimes we let our eyes prevail, our human senses prevail. That what we think is a need is actually luxury, is actually wants. Hindi naman talaga need. Kaya, pag luxury na yung pinag-uusapan, minsan, dinidelay or nag-interfere ang Hashem dyan kasi pwede mong ikasama yun. So, Baruch Hashem. Okay? Baruch Hashem for those things. We bless Hashem because He protected us from demise, from harm. No? So, a similar situation is with a child who wasn't able to fulfill his parents' request. Okay? So, for example, inutusan ng isang magulang yung kanyang anak at hindi niya nagawa. Hindi nagawa ng anak yung kanyang pinag-uutos. However, no, ang isang parent ay kailangan din pala ipakita na hindi siya ayon doon. No? Pwede siya magpakita ng fact na siya ay nagagalit. Just to teach the child a lesson, no? That to do his chores, no? To do whatever is ordered as long as it is good, of course, no? By his parent. But it should not be an attitude of a parent to hate his children. Okay? So again, it's Hashem who didn't allow it to happen. No? When you don't get what you want, it's for your own good. It's for your own protection. Okay? So the next topic is about what if someone asks for your help. Actually, this is the last, no, for this day. So ano daw kung may pupunta sa iyo at hihingi ng tulong? Kanina, ikaw yung humingi ng tulong. Ngayon naman, kung may humingi ng tulong sa iyo. So, Rabino Bakya says that you should try your best to help him provided that he is deserving. No? You should try your best to help that someone as long as he is deserving. But if he is wicked or if he is undeserving, then we have no obligation to help that person. Okay? However, if you want to influence him to do good. This is beyond the letter of the law. The letter of the law says that when the person is wicked, you have no obligation to help such person. Because naturally, you will fuel his wickedness. Okay? Kasi kung bigyan mo yun ng pera, alam mo naman kung saan gagamitin yung pera. Okay? But of course, if you want to help persons or in need, God is deserving, because you want to influence him to do good. So, nasa sayo yun. Pero minsan kasi, hindi rin yun magandang example. But of course, you're still considered as praiseworthy. Kasi napakabuti ng puso mo. Kaya lang, minsan kasi, kung sobrang buti ng puso mo, prone ka talaga sa abuse. And aside from that, you are also helping others to go on with their wickedness. Okay? So that is what we learn from here. And if someone asks your help but you think it will be harmful for them, sa tingin mo ikakasama, for example, lalapit sa iyo yung kamag-anak mo na alam mo na napakapula na yung mata, no? Or nagmo-move na yung bibig, pag ganun-ganun na, di ba? Alam mo yung background, di ba? Tapos hingi ng pera sa iyo. Alangan naman, tulungan mo pa. Hindi naman niya ibibili ng pagkain yung ibibigay mong pera. Naturally, ba? We are not judging people, of course, but we should be able to discern properly kung ano talaga yung sitwasyon ng tao na tutulungan natin. Okay? Kaya nga, meron tayong batas, di ba, sa ating Pilipinas, no? The Anti-Vagrancy Law, which provides na hindi ka pwede na basta-basta magbigay doon sa mga namumulubi sa daan. That is a crime, actually. And right now, sad to think na minsan, yung mga nandyan, no? Lalo na yung mga may bitbit na bata, mas malaki pa yung kinikita doon sa minimum wage earner. Okay? Kasi ginawa na nilang hanap buhay yung paghihingi. If you give, then you're praiseworthy kasi mabait yung puso mo. But on the other hand, you're promoting their non-adherence to the Torah, which is to work. Okay? To work. Or at least to attempt to do effort. Because gaano ka man magtrabaho, pag ang Hashem nag-decide na hindi ka maging successful, wala ka talaga magagawa. Because it is for your own good. Kasi nakikita ng Hashem na sa unahan, pag naging successful ka, naiba ka na. Oh. See that? It's for your own good pa rin. Okay? So now, once you are trying to help someone, you should place your trust in Hashem that you will be able to be successful. Kasi kung hindi ka naman nag-seek ng divine assistance, no? Mas lalo kang hindi maging successful sa gusto mong paggawa ng tulong. So if you want to help the person, Hashem, please help me to help the person. Because if you help the person, you know that it will constitute another merit on your part. Kasi sidaka yun eh. Sidaka is act of good or act of loving kindness. Diba? So if we do that, automatic na yun, no? That you will earn your merit. Okay? So again, the world, according to Shimon Sadik in Perky Avot, the world stand on three things. No? Torah, Avodah, and Gemilut Kasidin. Avodah can be simply translated, no, or one of the example of Avodah is tefillah, no, or prayer. So kaya nga, in most cases, naging tatlo yan, no? Naging tatlo sa ating, para madali nating natatandaan, no? Torah, Tefillah, and Tzedakah. Okay? Because Tzedakah is not only charity, but it also good deeds. Okay? So if you do those three things, then you add to the continuation of the word. Okay? Until such time that Beulah and the Mashiach will come and redeem this lowly place into a higher heavenly place. Okay? So, again, Betacon 101, no? If you have underwent those, I know, dumaan tayo nito, nung nag-college tayo, yung mga subject may 101. Pag sinabing 101, meaning to say, ito yung pinaka-primary or basic. It's Hashem who determines success. Okay? Hindi sa abilidad mo yung success. Okay? Though, gaano mo kagaling, no? But it's not the formula. No? Kasi marami magagaling dyan na hindi naman naging successful. So the formula is Hashem's will. And if you were successful in helping someone, you should thank Hashem for using you. Because He can always use anybody para tulungan ng tao. Pero dahil pinili ka niya na tumulong, meaning to say, you are worthy in His eyes. Of course, Hashem has no eyes. Ginamit lang natin yun na personification or figure of speech. Okay, so that will end our session in number 37 of chapter 4. So, for those who are listening, outside of this learning area, learning place, you can always ask your questions through Messenger. And for those who are listening, okay, to our prayer leaders in Nadigos, SPL Marvin Domingo, and in Malita, PL Mercenito Tigyab, and the other PLs, no, in the region. So may you all be blessed, no, with good health, with more vessels, no, of knowledge that you can share life, no, the light of Israel you can extend to others who are in need in our country. Okay? For your families also, because they are your source of strength. May they always also be in good circumstances. No? Sila rin ay karoon ng maayos na kalusugan, ang mga pangangailangan ay provided by Hashem. No? At hindi gaano nahihirapan sa kanilang mga parnasa. Okay. For those who are here in this place, no, in our learning area, we'll have our question and answer like that. So again, yours truly, Nagid, Binay Noah, Congregation Philippines, of Noah Nation. Wish you all shalom, and we should only hear good news.